Well, at least we got the ban list. Hey guys, what's going on here? Wolf's in here, back at here again. And today we're going to discuss about the Konami ban list that just recently aired out, and especially after I made an episode about how Konami's mindsets are outdated. But still, that episode is still gonna be up. I don't care. Today we're just gonna go ahead and review the ban list that we have here. So I already took a look at the ban list that we have right here, and I gotta say, I'm not disappointed at all. I'm not mad. I'm not gonna be go ahead and curse Konami out, but I will be like asking like, why? Like, and is this gonna be an issue? And we'll just go for it. So we're gonna do a very quick one, okay? So if we take a look right here, I'm pretty sure everybody can see my beautiful screen and myself in the corner. So we're gonna go ahead, and today they just drop it out of nowhere. Just nobody said anything, whatever. So I see right here that the 4 cards were banned. They're all extra deck monsters. It's like, all right, cool. First one, obviously, the one you see is Paradise Smasher. Obviously, this was a no-brainer. Definitely, this wasn't the tots, and the fact that as soon as K9 came about, everybody, the mothers who had this card, was ready to use it. It's ready to like. I don't know why people say that this card is so OP. I understand why it's OP, but this is more of a 50-50 chance. This is not a like, oh yeah, there's a 75% chance I'm winning this. Like, no, it's still a 50. Even then you can roll dice again, and you know. But needless to say, this guy got bad. Everybody was talking about it. It was definitely gonna get bad. Whether sooner or later it was happening, especially with K9. They're not gonna go ahead and have K9, go rampant with this card out. So I'm happy. I'm okay. I was never gonna play this card for K9 anyway, so I could care less. But I will talk about these other ones. Moon of the God, Closed Heaven. That's the Underworld Goddess mini me version. The link to. I guess they banned this because of Fiendsmith. I didn't realize Fiendsmith was like that oppressed. I mean, it's an engine. I wouldn't say it's the end all be all. So I don't know. I didn't understand why they, essentially banned this card altogether. But sure, okay, it's a common. Nobody cares. Nobody invested heavily on this card. And I'm curious of how Fiendsmith players or people who use Fiendsmith as their engine will now go ahead and do their combos now that this is done. And now Fiendsmith, now that I think about it, Fiendsmith combos are the engine itself. It's not gonna be catered to everybody now, because this card, Moon Goddess, you can splash it on any deck without having to use a Fiend materials. No, it's you need 2 effects and then you get your Requiem. It's like, but oh well. Splash Mage. Splash Mage was used for Malice. I guess this puts the nail in the coffin about killing the deck itself. Like Malice is like Donzo, I guess. Splash Mage. I have used Splash Mage. A lot of Bash plays does. So sure, I guess yeah. Kills. This is definitely direct hit to Malice in a way. When now they can revive some of their Cyrus monsters. And then lastly, King of the Feral Imps. At first, I was like, what the hell? What did that card ever do to you? Like, I didn't understand at all. Why was this card ever banned? And then I realized, oh wait, Baizo Mitsurugi. This will give you the Mitsurugi cards, and they're all reptiles. Now it makes sense. Yep. This is another nail in the coffin for Raizo too. This is just gonna put, now nobody can be going rapping on Mitsurugi. I think this will kill the Mitsurugi engine itself, or Mitsurugi plays. I could be wrong. I've been proven wrong before, so but yeah. In terms of ban, I'm okay. Yes, I understand why they have to ban all these cards. I'm not too. I'm the only questionable is Moon God and Moon of the Closed Heaven. That's probably the only one. Other than that, all these three make sense, sure. So limited, let's see what we got at the limited section. Wow, that's a lot. So like I said, Malice, Rizio, and now Vanquish. So
Hey yo, what the fuck?
why Konami? Why?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because Malice and Rizio, I feel they were getting phased out little by little. It wasn't getting as good as they were supposed to be. Because Vanquish Show K9 itself was dominating. Of course, Yami as well. And Dragon Tail is not gonna go OP now. Because nothing was touched with that. But the one Stratos in Vanquish Show, I get why they hit it. Vanquish Show was just nuts. Even though it's my deck, I love it. Ugh, it definitely hurts Vanquish Show in a way. But that means that now Vanquish Show and K9 can be much more accessible. I mean, they both can be played together as a team, I guess. It's just they're just hitting the consistency because it was just too much. Like Vanquish Show was just unchecked since 2023, so it makes sense. Beansmith, Lacrimount, the fusion, sure, because like they basically killed draws, so nobody cares about burns. So this card made sense to them coming back. Actually, they should bring back any other ban cards that they have that involves draws and burn or gain lifelines. They should bring it back because at this point they're like it does nothing. Link Karibo, yep. I'm surprised that Link Karibo's back, but I guess you you hit with Splash Mage and you hit Malice again, so it's like okay, we can bring it back. I guess before Link Karibo wasn't a menace before. Summon Sorceress, I think Summon Sorceress is like the one that gives you like pendulum plays, I guess. Nobody gives a shit about pendulum, only this idiot Steven Drift. Yeah, that's the pendulum best thing ever. If they bring Electromagnet, like, nah, you're coping. You're coping. On Herald the Arc Light limit to 1, I don't know why this was. Oh, wait a minute, because of the Yummy deck, that's why. So they indirectly hit Yummy just to let them know, hey, we see you. You can have this card, but only to 1. So use it wisely. Okay. Makes sense. Zodiac Trident, finally is back. Nobody cares about Zodiac cards. Something that my Phoenix Hero, shout out to him, mentioned to me previous times and he said that, and we've been saying this in the podcast too, they need to bring back Zodiac, and the reason why is like Zodiac is not even the best Etsy deck to bring it out. Like no, we have Perulia and Rizal to bring out Etsy's, like spam Etsy's like crazy. So I mean, the Zodiac having the first one, like sure, nobody gives a shit. Crystron inclusion, I guess they were afraid of the K9 Crystron and how it's been performing little by little, even though it wasn't like crazy enough for me to say like, oh yeah, they need a check on the Crystron, but I can see why they will hit Crystron. This was more of once again, Vanquish Soul is more for the Vanquish Soul, but at the same time, K9 was involved and Crystron as well, it was involved, especially now that with this new core set, K9 is gonna have 2 card support, the Etsy and the normal summon, which is the Stratos for their deck. Makes sense, I guess, to just to limit it a little bit, but at the same time, like, Crystron is one of the weakest ones out of the K9 variants. So I don't know why would you, but I understand why you hit it. Obedience School, once again, this is indirect hit for Yummy. Yummy was making waves, so it made sense. And so as Vanquish Soul with the Stake Your Soul. It's basically a quick launch, It's a free quick launch, except that it's not a quick effect. So I understand the limit to 1 on your Stake Your Soul. Like, yeah, you gotta have to do it. It was, between Vanquish Soul raising like searches and then you Stake Your Soul, searches and special summons, yeah, it makes a lot more sense. But because now we have the field spell that searches, And we got the news, the high priestess one. So yeah, they just need to hit some consistencies with that. They didn't ban, they didn't destroy the deck itself. They just hit them hard enough that you can still play, but now you have to be careful when you activate it. Now everybody knows that Raisin and Stake Your Soul are so easy for hand traps. Like normal siren, Raisin effect, oh easy, don't worry. Veiler, Emperor, Ash, and Stake Your Soul Ash, yeah, all that stuff. Like now they're very easy for hand traps. So yeah, this probably is the one card that I disagree altogether. And Sullen Judgment, to my knowledge, Sullen Judgment has been on since Yu-Gi-Oh days, since back in the 2000s. Why is it now a problem? I've never seen lists with Sullen Judgment. Most of the time I see Strike. But Judgment, also, the price for Judgment is a lot. Half your life points. But I guess because there's no draws, so you risk it to take a biscuit, but now is now one biscuit that you are allowed to take for the risk. I have to disagree with Solid Judgment. I bet at least out of all the YCSs, the champions, and the regionals and whatnot that I've been looking at some of these deck lists and whatnot and see what's on the top. I barely see anybody using Solid Judgment, so this is kind of weird for them to lose this hit to one. But I guess it's because they wanted to limit all cards. But all right, cool. Let's go to the next one. Friendly Fusion to 2. Okay. And then lastly, the limited. Let's see, we got free ups. Wow. So right off the bat, Glove Ball for synchros, but right now we don't really care. I'm just truly surprised that Masterpiece, they brought it back from Banlist to Unlimited. I don't know if was it ever limited before this. I don't know, but yeah, now it's back. You can have free cards of these Masterpiece True Draco. True Draco players, rejoice! Your king is back. This is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be curious to see if I see some True Draco people playing this now. I want to see if they're gonna rise up from it. Morphin Yard to free. Wow, that's actually pretty interesting. Morphin Yard yeah, like this. Okay, Phantom Sky Blaster. I don't remember what this card is and what it does, but the fact that they brought it for free, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna do much. And both of the Snake Eyes are finally out, Ash and Poplar. I think this was a mistake, bringing these two back. Because the reason why things were broken is because these three were the consistency of that deck. Now that you brought it back and now they got full, support from previous sets, yeah, I think this was a mistake. But let's remain to see. Dragonic Diagram, again, True Dracos are back. Yeah, rejoice. You guys can play True King or True Dracos. Lightning Storm to free. I mean, if Regeki was at free, sure, bring this back to free. Didn't make sense to have this to 2, but whatever. And then Zodiac Barrage to free. Yeah, because it's Trident is one. People can try to play Zodiac, but again, Perolias and Rizal are the better at Cs in this deck. And I guess this is the ban list. What are my thoughts with this? I think this was a fair ban list. It was okay. I feel like there was a lot of cards that were limited and unlimited and just few bans. The bans were definitely, it was a must. It needed to happen. It was understandable. The limited cards hit a lot of consistent decks. We're going to see now how some of these decks are not going to rise, how some of them are going to be power correct. Because for sure now, Rizal and Malice are going to be phased out completely. It was already phasing out. Now they're going to completely be out. And it's going to be just K9 and Yummy and Draco Tail. And whatever deck it's coming up in Dooms of Dimension. Hopefully the Doom deck could be something, but it hasn't made any noise, so I doubt it, but we'll see. Remains to be seen. And some of these other cards and decks, yeah, I really don't know how this format is gonna be, but I think this was a good ban list. I wouldn't say it's a murder. I wouldn't say it's oh my god, it's awful. No, it was good. All these cards were needed to happen. They needed to be checked overall. So hopefully now there's gonna be a new format and a new metas that are gonna be rising. So no more Mitsurugi, basically. Mitsurugi is done for. I know Mike Phoenix Hero is gonna be happy for that. So I don't know. That's those are my thoughts, guys. What do you guys think in the comments down below? Let me know and hit the like and subscribe for your weekly episodes here at Wolf Geek Pod. And if you guys got a specific topic that you guys want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to talk about it on the next episode. So, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.